Welcome back to Virtual Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about the ticker ANY, previously known exclusively as Sphere 3D, currently known as Gryphon Digital Mining through a reverse merger. I'll talk about this in a second. Today we're going to go towards due diligence technical analysis and what I think about this one. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So Gryphon Digital Mining. So for this one here, in order to understand what happened, this quick media article, it says Gryphon Digital Mining announced merger with Sphere 3D. This is back in around June 24th, and basically this company, Gryphon Digital Mining, is basically trying to be the first 100% renewable energy Bitcoin mining company to the public market. Now there's more information there, but let's dive into some of the things that happened since then. So first off, June 9th, 2021, Gryphon Digital Mining and Sphere 3D Core announces agreement to purchase 250,000 tons of carbon offset credits. Basically, this is kind of to create or to be 100% zero net emission carbon for Bitcoin mining, and that is a part of that. And another part is Sphere 3D sponsored SPAC minority equity or equality opportunities acquisition incorporation closed an upsizing of $126.5 million IPO, including full exercise of overall min options. Basically, I'll show you this one in the SEC filing, but what they've done here was they sold shares at almost at a $10 per share, and some warrants exercised, including as well at $11.50 per share. Taking a look for that warrants. And the idea of this one is to raise more money as an IPO for Gryphon Digital Mining and their operations. That was back on August 30th. Later on September 3rd, they also announced the pricing of around $109.2 million or $192.1 million registered direct offering priced at the market to help secure the initial order of 60,000 miners. So they're really using the market itself to generate cash in order to expand into that digital mining operations in general. And the combined purchase price for one common share and 1/2 warrants to purchase one common share is $8.50. Currently, the price point is around $6.36, and that is back based on another business day of operations. And it is currently at the market offering, so they'll probably be getting those discounts as the price tumble down if they do. The offering is expected to close on or about September 8th, 2021, subject to satisfaction of customary closing conditions. And the proceeds of the raise will be utilized, in fact, part of previously announced purchase of the initial 60,000 miners, which commenced shipping in November 2021, of the potential 220,000 miners available for purchase through its agreement with Hertford Advisors. The 60,000 miners, in combination with Gryphon Digital Mining's 7,200 miners, will have a combined capacity of approximately 6.4 exahash. Sphere's goal is to become one of the carbon neutral leaders in Bitcoin mining industry through deployment of state-of-the-art crypto mining equipment powered by renewable energy. This is also found in other SEC filings as well. But if you go towards Sphere 3D website, you'll find a lot of these things are outdated. For instance, well, there's no current openings, and their current press releases are all outdated back on August 15th, 2017 as the latest. And in terms of the recent news, it will be all the way back at the end of 2019. So for that, be careful, and you need to go towards SEC filings and Gryphon Digital Mining in order to take a look into the latest news. Before doing so and going on towards SEC filings, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on. It would help my channel a lot. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this video if you've enjoyed this video so far, and you can join our Discord totally free in the description below. Now, in terms of the latest news in general, what you get to see in the SEC filing is the $250 million, which is coming in as a net of $192.1 million prospectus in terms of selling shares and warrants as well as debt securities. And previously as well, there was $50 million additional that is in relations towards as well the IPO, and the rest is relating towards all the offerings that we just talked about. In terms of the institutional buyers, what you do get to see is that there has been some companies that liquidated their position, such as Morgan Stanley, but others who did add, such as Citadel Advisors. Now, it is in the lower thousands of shares. We're not talking about millions of shares, just thousands of shares. Keep that in mind. In terms of insiders, there is no activities in the insider realm for the last 90 days, so it's been quiet there. And when we're looking into short volumes, short interests, currently there is shares available for short selling, to be specific around 100,000 shares at a current borrow rate of around almost 100%, which is 99.49%, making this stock crazy to short sell because it's not worth it. And that means any short selling activity will most likely be a few days held, not more. As you get to see, the 99.49% borrow rate is quite high, and it is paid daily or charged daily, not yearly. And so in that sense, holding a stock that won't be plummeting in real time, for instance under trading within the day, might or actually would most likely not be worth it. In terms of short volumes, you're able to see they vary anywhere from around lower 30% to around 55% on the short volume side, so keep that in mind. Let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, what we do get to see here is that the 10 SMA is in fact above the 30 MA, making this one very bullish. The trading action zone where most positive reversals occurs between the 10 SMA of 575 and the 30 MA of 476. Also, the 50 SMA is above the 200 SMA, and the price point action is above both of them, making it as well another bullish part. The 80X, which is the average directional index, is sitting at 47.12, suggesting to be very careful of a pullback at this point, as reversals are very possible once this value itself hits 50. In terms of the William percent R, which is very similar to the RSI, which is the relative strength index, it shows that this one is getting very close to highly oversold, meaning there's a bit more selling activity than in the last few days in general. The MACD has retracted, suggesting to be careful of a negative reversal sometime late next week. And in terms of momentum, that seems to be dipping just a little, so be careful on that as well. In terms of the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, you're able to see that both of them pinpoint downwards, except one line, the %D slow, is pointing upwards. So be careful on where the next support is, because this one can still retract, but it still has a pulse in some sense. Currently, the Bollinger Bands expects this one to trade between 777 and 220, making it just a wide array of values that it can trade at. The support on the Fibonacci retracements, which is used by institutional buyers, is 622, below there 486, and below there 319. Resistances are 758 and 951 on the Fibonacci retracements. On the current support levels, we're able to see that there is a support level, or which is now a resistance, sitting above at around 636 or just on there. 626 as the next support level that is confirmed, below there 563, below there 520, going down to 501, 469, downwards to around 448, and then downwards to $4, and then downwards to 321, going downwards to 285 and around 262, followed by 231 and 203, and finally 182. Significant resistances, there are a few. For instance, 641 is a strong one, 664, followed by that 721 and 768. And if we're able to take a look into a closer interval, let's say 15 minutes, we're able to see that there are a few that was missed on the one-day intervals, such as at the $9 ones, $9.50, going up to $10, $10.43, and $11. And a highest one is around $11.79 to $11.98. But you're able to see the one that we need to break in order to get back on its foot is around $6.56 and the $6.80. Above that, resistance should be a little bit tougher until $7.45. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, this is a stock that is really trying itself to go ahead with 100% renewable mining operations. And if it didn't really put that offering news, it perhaps could have still continued on, but they're really trying to milk the stock out of cash just to go ahead and getting in towards the mining operations. So really, it's the investors here that are paying for it and raising money through that, which is understandable for a company that is really pivoting. Just understand that that merger with Gryphon Digital Mining was not more of an acquisition, but rather a company sweeping in just to be already on the stock market, raising that money, and then using that money to be perhaps profitable and hopefully profitable. And that is kind of the name of the game. So one of two things are going to happen. One is that they continue to raise cash until their operations are sustainable and positive cash flow, which might take a year or two. Or two, this one just goes into bankrupt. Let's say Bitcoin tanks down to 2000, which is very unlikely. And then the Bitcoin mining operation doesn't look appetizing anymore or basically profitable anymore. And this one goes into oblivion. Well, the first one is most likely, and that's probably what's going to happen. There will still be high volatility. I think in the next few days, you perhaps could trade it, but be very careful because the company is in to milk every cent they can for additional Bitcoin mining. Remember, their goal is around 220,000. Currently, they're buying around 60,000 of that, so there is quite an amount of money left in there. Out of the 220,000 contracted with the other company, around 160,000 of them are still yet to be acquired, so keep that in mind, and they will probably need to raise some money for that. So what do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.